So I have created one more HTML page. It is 6.html. So today, first we look into the loop for in loop, that is. Okay, there are three loops as far as for is concerned. So for first form is like let expression equal to some val followed by expression, condition, this is some condition followed by here another expression. Okay, or else you can say this as expression 1 instead of writing let, so you can write this as expression 1, expression 2, expression 3. Okay, this is second is expression 2. The next one is here expression 3. So these are optional, they are not mandatory. Okay, so using this you can iterate or you can run the loop. So it is going to be running specified number of times, or as long as the condition is actually returning a true value, the loop actually executes. This is one form of for loop. Oh, okay, next form of for loop is here. We go with the for, then followed by of. Okay, for of. With the help of that, from the iterable object, you can retrieve values one by one. Okay, so it can be something like for let you write, okay, some you can say variable x in, okay, let var, okay, let write here x in iterable object, then one by one we can retrieve value here for the x. Okay, we can take the value of x here, then either printing or doing some calculation like that you can do. Okay, we retrieve one by one value from the iterable object. So this is what for in loop. Okay, this is not for in, sorry, this is for of loop. Okay, for of loop, with the help of that one by one we retrieve. The next one is for in loop. Okay, let x in, again iterable object, then here we try to retrieve the properties of the given object. X can be key and x can have value. So here we are retrieving key value pair using this x in or for in loop. This is what first one is normal for loop, the next one is here for off loop, and this is here for in loop. There are three variants of the for loop. We retrieve here x, so here we are retrieving straight away the value, but here we are going to take the key, x is key, and x value also, what is the value for the given key, we can find. So here you get the key value pair. Okay, I can write this way, x value, x is value, here it is, x is the key, and we get corresponding value. Using key. Like this, you have three variants of the for loops. First is simple for loop. Second one is here, XOR for off loop. Then a third one is going to be for in loop. So in this way, normally we use the for loop. Now let us come to this one and see. If you look at this, you see here in the script. Okay, the header part, I'm not writing any script. Okay, JavaScript I'm not writing, but in the body, I'm writing the script using script tag. It is ending here. There are few functions I have written in this. Okay, but first one is what here? Constant employee equal to name, Roman, department, R&D. Okay, so here I have created a employee object, or you can say this as an associated array. This you can think as a associated array. Normally arrays you can access using the index. Using index
like
you can access
in the Python.
Yeah, something similar to that. That is again map. It is going to be different. Okay. But here it is associated array. You have a key, corresponding to key, you have a value.
Okay.
Apart from this, even you can write in this, the various functions also you can write here. For example, write this way, get name. So in such cases, what happens? This can return name. In the dictionary, can you write? You cannot write like that. This is called as an object. Okay. Similarly, you can write here, get department. Okay, then here in this, you can write return followed by it is department. This way, you can think this as a object. This is called as a object. Employee object we created, but this is what constant. You cannot create another employee object, but in this data can be changed. Try to understand this concept. Constant employee, name Raman, department R&D, get name and get department. Okay, but here
when we are having the multiple values, do it return the multiple?
You want to return multiple values?
Yeah, like if it's having the name, another one like Pooja and department CS, then
Yes.
the get name function will return Raman and Pooja both, or only?
No, it will return only department. Multiple cannot be returned in the JavaScript.
Okay.
It can return, you take a function can return only one value. Okay. But suppose you want to return multiple things. In such cases, you try to create a string, that string can be returned. So how do you do that? Using the template strings. Right? Get details, another function I write here. So what we write? Where s equal to, here, how can I start template string using the backtick? I can do it. Backtick. Name equal to, here I go this way, dollar, then in the curly brackets, I should write this one as name. Okay, similarly, we go with the department. But here, I should go with the, again, dollar, then this is curly bracket, then right here, department. Okay, so this way we can return the value. But here I should write before this department equal to. So this way I can write. So this is here associated array.
So now it will return the multiples.
Yeah, multiple things it can return, name as well as department.
How can the first string know that I want only the Raman details and?
Can you repeat question, please?
Like now I want to print, I want to add here my name and department as CS, and now I want to print my name and my department.
Yes.
Not Raman.
That's what. No, repeat. I'm confused a little bit. Can you repeat the question? Here
in employee we have Raman details. Now I want to add my details like Pooja and department as CS. And now I want to print.
Yes, you need to modify for that in such cases. object you need to modify, then in that case you can do. That's what I'm saying. So you cannot create a new employee object, but what you can do here, you can change the data in that.
Okay.
Okay. So here, this is actually a constant object. Data in the object you can modify. Okay. But you cannot create another employee object. Constant meaning is that.
Okay.
So you cannot create another employee object, but data in the object you can change. This
Just
is what
we are
exactly constant
replacing
is.
the Raman from Pooja, right? Or else
That you can modify.
adding,
Yes, that you can modify
but we can't
using.
add with that.
Which one adding you're saying?
One more name, like I need to have two names in employee and two names in,
Yes,
two
you cannot
values in
add that.
department. Okay.
The key you want to, one more key you want to add. Another key you want to add.
No, not about key.
Mm.
But the values I want to add for the give already defined keys.
Yes, so this name you can change. Name equal to Raman you have, so that name can be changed to Pooja.
Okay, that's
Okay.
okay.
Department can be changed, but you cannot create another employee object, I am saying.
Okay.
Already employee object is created. You cannot create here another employee object. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Okay. Mm.
So now if you see here, here I'm printing the values of the employee in this. Okay, next what I do here. How many times this is coming? Delete is coming twice, so this can give error. I remove this. Okay, I'm going to remove it then. Here, now I would like to modify the data in the employee. Okay, so here I'll go with the employee dot name equal to, now you can set this Pooja. Similarly, employee dot, what is the next key you have? Department.
Department.
This equal to, here you can write as HR. Then once again iterate it, or else you can print this one. Okay, write console dot log followed by here employee dot get details. Employee dot get details. So with that, you can print the details of the employee here. Let us run this, and what we get, see here now in this. Okay, close this. This is a little bit. Okay, so here I come to this one, G drive. Okay, now this is 6. Go to this one and see whether any error do we have. Okay, so what I'm doing in this case, here something I have done wrong. Because of that, I'm getting error. So in which line I'm getting error? It is actually in the line number 27. This must be here employee. Okay, come to this then, try to here refresh. Department is not defined, this says again. So if you go with the spelling, do we have any department is written here? What is the spelling mistake we have? It's correct only, same.
Maybe down somewhere.
If I go with the get details, S equal to name, $name, and this is here department. Okay, but here I have department, same thing I have taken here. Okay, once again, Let me run this and see it. In line number 18, we have this error. When I go with the get details, fine. The problem is I have written inside only. So just write here this dot name. Similarly here, this dot department. And we need to go here with the this dot department, and this is this dot name. We have to use this keyword. With the help of that, we can access the members of the given. Yes. So it is printing here HR. Prior to that, what it was printing? It is printing Raman, then R&D, get name. Also, the function is getting returned here. Get department also getting returned. Get details also getting returned there. But when you go here, the data is getting modified. If you see here with this, we are modifying the data. Successfully, this is modified. And we can see the result here. Initially, it was Raman and R&D, but now here it is printing Pooja and department HR. Okay, you can modify the data of the constant object. Okay, but suppose if you try to create here another object, what happens? See. So how we define? Again, try to define here employee equal to the next time we go this way and try to define one more object. Okay, but this time what I do? I can go here. This is ID equal to, put some 500. Okay, ID equal to 500. ID followed by colon. I think I should put not equal, ID colon 500. The next thing is, okay, place followed by here. I put this as Mumbai. Like this, I want to create here another object. When I try to create another object, it should give error because I have declared employee as the constant one. It is constant. So when I try to create the employee object, this should give error. See, uncaught type error, assignment to constant variable. So you cannot create an object. New object cannot be created, but existing object can be modified. Following this, Pooja here.
Yes. But here we are using get name and get department functions, right? But
Yes.
we are not using those.
We are not using, just have written and using here.
Okay.
In we are retrieving all those things. We are retrieving name, we are retrieving department, we are retrieving get name, get department, get details, we are retrieving all the things. Okay, we are able to retrieve all the things from that. But here, what is happening? You can create an employee object using constant. You can modify the data in that. Okay, but you cannot create a new object. I'm trying to create here some new object, which is not accepted.
Okay.
Okay, but now here what I do? Instead of doing like this, you can see error clearly. Uncaught type error, assignment to constant variable, line number 33. If you come to line number 33, this is 34. So here we are unable to create a new object. Reason, this is a constant. Now instead of constant, let us go with the var. What happens? See in such cases. Okay, now go with this. You don't get any error this time. Because this is a variable now. Earlier it was a constant. Okay, it was constant earlier, but this time it's a variable. So you can modify the object. That means new object you can create. We are able to create a new object. Okay, so this is basically a constant object, and other one is an object in the normal way we declare. So here using var keyword, we created employee object. And in this, we have some properties. This is, and these are nothing but here methods. you can use them to return the data. To return data, we are using them. Okay, so this is what exactly employee object we created. And this you can say as associated array. Okay, you have a key and you have a value. Similarly, you have these functions, get name, get department, get details. And using here for in loop, we are retrieving all those things. Now, same for loop we use here and try to retrieve after this. So this time it's going to print only two values. It will not print any functions now in this. So this time it is printing ID 500 place Mumbai. Okay. Earlier object we created, no longer we can refer this object. It is just in the memory. Okay. We cannot reach that. So this is called as here orphan object. Have you heard about these orphan objects or memory lake while you are doing with the C# or with the .NET? Have you heard about any time like orphan objects, garbage?
Garbage.
So this is becoming garbage now. Garbage meaning is what? Garbage meaning is actually useless object. Why this is useless object here? This object is available in the memory, but we can't access that.
Okay.
Suppose you have some item at home, okay, which is really worthless or useless. So that is nothing but garbage in such cases.
Okay.
In the same manner, the object is somewhere in the memory, but you can't access that. Why we can't access? Because we lost reference. Using same name, we created another object. In that case, what happens? Here, reference variable points to a different memory location. Correct? So therefore, earlier memory location you can't access. So that is somewhere in the memory, but we can't access that. Correct? Through the program, you can't access. Such objects are called as garbage. Normally, in the memory, somewhere this variable is created and this other part, this object is created somewhere else. Using this name, we are actually going to that location. This is exactly what reference variable. You have two types of data, primitive data, and one more thing is object data. Even in the C#, you have same kind of objects and primitive data. When you create an object using new keyword, normally you create an object, correct? Earlier in the last session also, we created a data object, if you recall, using new keyword. But here what we do, straight away we are assigning value here. Straight away, this is it's not a class. It is straight away creating an object. This is not a class here. Okay, using a class, we are not actually creating object here. So just we created an object. It is hard-coded object on the fly without using any class. We created object. Understood this point here, Pooja? Using curly brackets, just you created name, you created department, then you have written few functions like get name, get department, get details. So this is nothing but actually an object we created without using any class.
Okay.
Okay. So here, next what we do in the same manner, using same reference variable, we are creating another object. So sometimes this kind of thing is required. You have to create first class, then you have to instantiate. That may be systematic, but sometimes what happens on the fly, we may have to create something. Okay, one time only we use it. So therefore, we may create in this manner an object. And JavaScript is actually evolving. Languages like Java, C#, they are basically, from beginning itself, they are going with a systematic approach. Okay, but in the JavaScript, it's not like that. Slowly it is evolving, step by step, it is actually getting fine-tuned. Okay, so this feature earlier we had. And they follow principle, existing feature, don't modify that. If you want to some new feature, you add it. This is called as closed open principle. Whatever earlier you have, do not change it. whatever feature you want to have new, you can add them. Even in the JavaScript implementation, same thing they have done. Understood what I'm saying? Close open principle. So in the closed open principle, whatever you have already feature, do not disturb that feature, do not modify that feature, let the feature be available for the developers. But if you want to have a new feature, try to add it rather than modifying the existing one. Okay, so with that principle, they have done it. So this feature is still available, you can use in this manner. So this is nothing but here, it is an object. Employee is an object. Similarly, this is also another object. The name is employee, but the data in the employee is not same. The functionality available in the employee is not same here.
Mhm.
Okay, these two can be called as different objects. Okay, but here, what is happening? Initially, we created, then we are iterating over the object. Okay, then here we are getting even employee details. After that, we created here another object, and that is referred by here employee.
Mhm.
Okay, so what happens to the earlier object? That is getting, this is getting here, it is losing actual reference. This object cannot be reached because no one is actually referring this particular thing. So that's why this object is called as here orphan object. It is in the memory, but you can't access. So what is the disadvantage with such objects? If you have one or two objects, probably there is no issue. Okay, but when you have many such objects in the memory, because they consume memory, they use some memory. Okay, when you have so many objects like them in the memory, what happens? They are occupying memory, you cannot access them. So that concept is called as memory leak. When you have more and more such memory leaks, what will happen with that? The program is going to be running very slow. Your system becomes very, very slow because it doesn't find enough memory. When there is not enough memory, what happens? Definitely they run very, very slow. Correct? So such concepts are called as actually memory leaks or garbage. So automatically JavaScript environment or the browser environment deletes the unused objects. That is called as garbage collection. But at what time it gets invoked, we don't know. So whenever it finds some time, it's going to be removing the garbage. This is called as garbage collection. Even in the C#, in the .NET, you have that feature garbage collection. Do you know one function in the C#, gc.collect? GC is a global object available. gc.collect, where you say it's going to collect the garbage. Otherwise, at what time that gets invoked, we don't know. Exactly when the garbage is going to be getting collected, we don't know. Okay, so here, this is exactly a employee object. Later on, using same name, we are creating another object. So the first one is becoming here garbage. Correct? Understood this concept?
Yes.
Okay, 1 minute. Okay, so using for in loop, we are retrieving the key as well as values. Okay, here what is happening? Key as well as values we are finding from the given object. What are the properties available with key? Let us see. Key dot. Okay, so key dot like So these are various features available to you in this. Okay, all of they are shown here when you go with this. Okay, so you print here key followed by, this is something like an array only, employee followed by you are giving key. That's why we call this as associate array. This is called as your associate array. In the normal array, you have the indices. Using index, you access elements. But when you go with the associate array, we can access the data in that using the keys. So using keys, we can access. Similarly, we try to use something like this here. Okay, we have written there get name. Okay, we write in this manner func1, like this we set. Okay, we try to put here in the same way func2. What happens? It is giving error for us. We cannot assign anything in that manner. Or else we try to use something like this here. We can assign a function in that manner. But this is actually giving error for us. Let us use double quotes. Using double quotes, let us try to put in this. This is not accessible in such cases. Okay, so you have to go in such cases tilde followed by here. You need to go with the dollar. Then this way you need to here access this particular thing. Okay, close this. Then after that, close tilde. Still, this is giving actually error for us. Okay, still you have a error in that. So go with comma after this, but still we have error here. Okay, so instead of this one, simply you can have here the function. It should be simple value. You cannot assign a function there. Go with comma. Similarly here, instead of going with the func2, we just put in this manner. Inside this, you have functions as well as keys. If you don't want to print the value of that, just you can here remove this. You can print only name in such cases. So here just refresh. So when you refresh, still you are getting it. Okay, still we are getting those values. With get details, when you go in that way you get, but here remove it, you can find only the keys. You can find only keys in such cases. You'll get only key here now. Okay, so just refresh. We refresh here. It says name, department, get name, get department, get details. Like this, you can get only key. So it's basically key value pairs you have. Your key value pairs. So with that, you can access data from the given object. Okay, so this is here object, and using for in loop, you are retrieving it. One by one value, we are retrieving using for in. Okay, next one, I want to use some arrays in this. Instead of this, now I go to the UI. In the UI, I would like to implement. Okay, in the body here, I would like to go with the, here I want to use some table. Okay, this is a table, ID equal to Dyna data. This is ID. Then here, this is a table. Okay. Now in this table, I want to show the data. Dynamically, the data must be getting added here. I would like to add data dynamically to this particular table. Okay, how can I do that? Here, I write a function like function add data to table. Okay, add data to table. Here I declare an array. Table data equal to, it is empty array I create here, where table data, an empty array I am creating. Okay, so here as soon as I add data, that should be getting added to the table data. Inside the table data, that must be getting added for us. Okay, so we may not be showing immediately data in the table, but on the UI, first we add. In the array, we are going to be adding elements. A table we are going to have in that manner. Then on the top, I take here input, ID equal to, it is name, type equal to text. Here this is a text. Okay, here I say this name. Okay, then I want to go with the spaces I want to take. So what I can use to print spaces here, Pooja?
NS,
Ampersand NBSP.
ampersand NBSP. Yeah.
So non-breaking space, we call it. Here, I would like to put some 5 spaces. 4 spaces I have taken. One more space I want to print. Similarly, here I want to take some age. Okay, this is age. This I name as age. Then I want to enter age in that. Age this is. Then again we take here NBSP. Then we put a button. We're going with a button. So this is button. Okay, then here ID equal to, just put btn. Then right here on click equal to whatever function I was trying to write, that I'm going to call here. So data data to table, add data to table, put something like that. This is going to be here a function. Using that, we need to push data into the table. Okay, so here we need to specify with the button. Let me move this into next line. Okay, so it will not be in the next line, the same line it comes. Okay, then I want to close it. Then right here, add data. Okay, like this I have written, followed by, I should go here with the BR tag. Okay, come to this, then here, refresh. In this manner, we get name and age. After that, when we click on the add data, so it should go into the array. So where is array for us? Array is here table data available for us. When we click on that here, what should happen is where object equal to, okay, or else you can use let also. Instead of going with where, even you can use let. Whether you use where or let, it doesn't make difference. Reason, it is available only within the function. Okay, so what we have to get now in this, you create some object in this manner. First thing, name, colon, followed by, so what we have to write here in this, we need to assign the value here. We have to assign the value. So how can we assign the value here? Go with the document dot get element by ID. Okay, get element by ID. Then here we have to use name followed by here dot value. Okay, we are creating here some object. Next object is what? Here age. We take colon, then document dot get element by ID. Then here it is age, followed by here dot value. Like this, we create the object. We are going to create object like this. This object we need to push into array now. But how do we push data? This is empty array. Okay, how can we add data to this? We can use here push mechanism. So using push, you are going to be pushing the object into array. Following this, Pooja, here, what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can push the object into the array using table data dot push.
And now
So
these objects are going to stored in the table.
first in the array we are pushing
I mean,
it.
the table data. I mean,
In this we are pushing. Okay, we need to write another function. With the help of that, you are going to be adding to the table. First, we are putting in the memory. Table data is an array. So from that, we need to take data and we need to bind to the table the UI. You have a table here. So to that, we need to add. But this is what, first of all, this is a memory. This is in the memory. It is an array. Okay, so we are pushing the object into this. Then using another function, we should be adding it. But let us print first of all here whether they are getting added or not. Console.log followed by, we try to print here the table data. What gets printed? See in this. Okay, next thing, once you enter them, they have to be deleted. Whatever data you have in that, you have to remove them. So how do we remove that? Here we go with this. Then you can actually remove the data from the given text box. Equal to, we can assign empty string. In the same manner, for age also we need to do same thing. Okay, so now
when we click on the add data, then they need to clear from the text box, right?
Yes, after adding data to the array, we need to clear them because you need to next enter another value, correct? So that way you need to do. Okay, fine. Now let us try to see how this is working. I refresh this. Then after that, I enter something like person, then age 23, I enter, add data. So what is happening in this case? Length is 1, name is person, age is 23. It is printing here. Now let me clear console. Then what I do here, category I print, followed by some 34. Some names I am putting there. So this time you can see this one as, okay, person, this is name person, age 23, name category, age is 34. So like that, it is adding to the array. Similarly, what is happening here? It is, in this case, it is actually removing the data which we added. What we entered also is getting cleared in the text boxes, correct? If you see here, using this one, we have done it. Okay, so using the push mechanism, we are adding to the table. Okay, now let us write another function, like function bind or render data to table. We are going to render the data to table here. Okay, so how we render here? You can go with the for, okay, let x of here, let x of table data. We take like that. Then here inside this, we need to take one by one value. Then we need to add to the table. Okay, so here where t data equal to empty string this is. Here, go with the T data. Then here T data equal to T data plus here we need to retrieve one by one value. Then we need to add here. Okay. So here it is TR, new row we need to add. Then here TD. Okay, followed by here. Okay, so in such cases, fine. Here we go with the plus symbol. Then here we do this way. X dot followed by, you can go with the name. Then this is plus. Again, after that, we close the TD. We go here with another TD. Okay, then this will be, again, we go with the plus symbol. Then this is X dot age. Plus we take here again slash TD. Then this is slash TR, a row we are adding in this manner. We are adding in this manner. This is fine, but we need to add to the, which one? You have here the table. So to the Dyna data table, we need to add it. So come to this particular function here, where we are writing the function here, it is written. Then we try to now add to the table. So go with the document dot get element by ID. Okay, then here we go with the ID here. Then dot, it is here inner HTML. Using that, we need to add this data here. So let us write this as here T data. Using that, we have to render data to the table. Okay, so now let us try to run that. I enter from followed by age 24, add data. It's not getting added. Reason, we have just written function, but we are not calling it.
Not calling it.
So since we are not calling, we will not get the result as we expect. But where we have to do that, in the function add to the table only, we need to do it. Call the function render to table. So in such cases, now they should add data to the underlying table there. Refresh it. Then here ROM followed by, we enter some 22, add data. It is coming here. You can see in the table format. Okay. I enter some name like Kamal followed by some 34, add data. In a table format, it is coming for us. Okay, but there are no headers. There is no border for that. How to set border for the table? You have to go to this, then you add the header for this. Okay, border equal to solid we take. It will be solid if we take. Is it giving error? No error. Let us now try to add this one. Once again, Kamal, then it is here some 34, add data. So this time you are getting the border. Width is actually less. You can go with more width in this. You can specify the width for it. Width equal to, you can go with some 400 px. Somewhat bigger, this is going to be looking now. Okay, this is Kamal. Then we enter some age 23, add data. Okay, like this, it is getting added to the table. Okay, similarly, I want to here delete all the row in the given function. I have to remove. I want to clear all the data of the given table. I keep on adding certain things here, like go with this, then enter 56, add data. So now you have 2 rows in this. 2 rows are available, they're added to this. Suppose I want to go here with the clear data, clear table data. It should be getting clear totally in the table as well. So how we can do that? Here, see. So what we require another button for doing that. One more button you need to add. Okay, this is button ID equal to clear or CLS table. Okay, then see ID also not required for button because we are not going to manipulate button in this. So just on click you can write here. Write this as clear
function
table. You're going to call that. Then here, okay,
remove data.
Remove data. Like this we put. Whenever you write, you should use actually appropriate names. Then users will not have much confusion. Okay, programmers are following, that's not enough. Ultimately, the end user must be in a position to understand how to use the UI or whatever system you build. Okay, so if the programmer is using this, then in that case, there is no issue with that. But here, what is going to happen? Ultimately, these will be used by the end users. End users don't have any knowledge. They don't bother about technology. Whether you are using Python or Java or .NET or whatever language you are using, it is immaterial for them. Okay, the application should work for them. Correct? So it is only programmer's choice. Whatever language we are choosing, it is only our choice. And there should be good ecosystem. Then in that case, we try to use particular technology always. What's the meaning of ecosystem? Ecosystem means there should be more and more people available to work on the given technology. That ecosystem is very important, Pooja. Okay, suppose somebody is taking a project. Okay, when they take up that project, they first see what are the resources available. Resources availability is always important. Okay, so what resources are available, based on that you take. Otherwise, all technologies are almost same these days. Because for developing web applications kind of thing, any language is okay. Okay, but when you go with some mission critical, time critical applications, then in such cases, you have to bother about the language, like C++ kind of thing we use. Otherwise, if it's a web application, we don't bother. Again, in the web application, okay, do you have many people using at the same time? Or are you using any dynamic data in that? Or real-time DB are you having? I think somebody was saying yesterday, they use actually real-time data. Real-time databases are available. Do you know what is real-time database, Pooja? This is not real-time database. What we are using is transactional databases. As soon as something happens, it's updated in the database. For example, you take IoT kind of thing. You have sensors, you have IoT. So every second, every minute, they are going to be capturing data and they save. Here, what is happening, whenever some transaction is taking place, they are going to save this. These are not real-time databases. Okay. So real-time databases are different. Sensex kind of thing you take, that is a real-time database. Each and every minute, what is happening, they track it. So these cannot be real-time databases. What we use like MySQL, PostgreSQL, they are not real-time databases. They are only transactional databases. And you have historical database as well. What is historical database today? You have done some transaction. For example, you take order management. Okay, you some customer is placing an order. First of all, inquiry you have, followed by inquiry, you send actually a quotation. So based on the quotation, actually they may finalize order. So they finalize order, then they pay initial amount. Then we actually ship the required equipment or products, whatever they are. Then they make
Mm.
final payment. Then in that case, what the order gets closed.
Mm.
Okay, once order is getting closed, that becomes historical data.
Okay.
So that data we maintain in the historical databases. They are not transactional databases. So where do we use historical database? I mean, mostly the CEOs or the owners of the companies, they require historical data. Based on that, actually, they can predict in the future what will happen.
Okay.
For example, sales on a particular day at particular time, what were the sales and which product was sold more and more, which color of product more sold more and more, and what age group people they bought it, they can actually find. Based on that, in the future, they make the items or products available at that particular moment. So such decisions they can take. That is basically data warehousing. And there you are going to be using, it is what we are doing is that is dimensional database. We can call it as actually data warehousing related. You have multiple dimensions and you have facts in that. You have multiple dimensions and you have facts. Fact meaning is what basically figure. For example, you may take a day that can be one dimension. You can take an age group that can be one dimension. You may be taking gender that can be one dimension. Okay, you can take a product that can be one dimension. Okay, so you can take color that can be one dimension. So it is going to be a dimensional kind of thing. Okay, so and the fact is what here, how many items sold, how much price it was, how much amount collected. They can be here facts. So these all come under actually data warehousing. Okay, so here what is happening now, if you take this, here in this case, we are going to be deleting data. So for that purpose, we have to write a function. So function here it is remove data, render data is fine. What is the function name I am using here? It is one more. I have written clear table. I have written here. Okay, there is a function clear table. Okay, in the same line I put that, no issue. So here I copy this. Then before this particular thing, I'm going to put this here. Okay, now when I click on the here, the clear table, this should be clearing the table. So how to clear table?
We need to write the function.
Yes, here you need to write the function clear table. Okay, then try to write inside this. But how do we clear?
In this table, are we line by line? We need to remove the data, or else can I give the at this position like in
that
the
we
table
are
I
going
have
to do.
5.
Yes,
Okay.
that we are going to do later on. We do
Okay.
it right now. We are going to clear entire table.
Okay.
Okay, so here table data we have table
Just like
data.
push, can we use pop here?
What, Pooja?
Here we are using the push keyword. Can we
Yes.
use like is a pop keyword also available in
You can use
JavaScript?
pop also. You can use. You have pop also in this case. Okay. So, but that is going to be later on. We do about that. Now table data dot. We don't have any clear in this. You have a clear table, something like that, but we are not going to use that clear here. We can write dot length equal to 0. So using that, using that, we are going to remove everything from the array.
Okay.
Length equal to 0, we are setting with that. It is going to be now getting cleared. Then after that, what we do, we go with the render table here in this render table. Then empty, we are going to be pushing into the concerned. In the render table, what is happening? T data you have here. Okay, so you don't have any data in the TD table data. Therefore, it is going to be pushing just empty string into that. Now here, refresh this. First, add something here. I just put the name as Jyoti. Then here, age like 23. Add data. I click on the remove data. In that case, it's getting removed. Okay, it is removing entire data. All the data is getting removed in such cases. Understood this point here? Entire data is actually getting removed. Okay, so once again we go here, then write Pooja, followed by, you put some age like 23, then add data. It's getting added. When you click on the remove data, so nothing is available here now. We have removed totally from the given table. Now, suppose you want to go with removing a particular row. You want to remove a particular row. So how we do that? See, whenever here the table data is getting created, you can add here one more button. We can call this as TD. Okay, we can go here with the TD, but find here, so we require some kind of mechanism where position equal to 0. First, let us set. We are setting position equal to 0. TD we have taken, then here inside this button, we are writing here button, then followed by here ID. Then here we need to add something like this here. Okay, we are going to be ID. ID is going to be in this manner. Let us try to do ID. Then here we take plus. Then I want to go with the position here. Okay, so here position, I can set ID equal to, you can simply assign zeros as well. Okay, POS, I want to add here, then followed by dot to string. I want to convert that to string. Then I try to add here ID equal to some 0. I'm adding here to string, but that is accepted or not, we have to see. Okay, go with this. Then here, close the particular thing here. ID equal to, I'm adding that. Okay, then here, close this one. And inside this, okay, ID equal to, but I have to use here double quotes. I must use their double quotes. Okay, then here, what I have written, ID, I have taken that, then followed by, this is here, delete. Okay, then here in this case, I once again go with the TD. In this way, I'm adding it. Okay, but on click here, we need to call a function called delete row. Delete row, we need to call that particular function. So that function now you have to write. Okay, but what is the problem in this case? Which row we clicked, how it knows? Pooja, are you following what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Which row is clicked, how it knows? Okay, so here go with the function. They try to write here function followed by delete row. This is delete row. Then here, first of all, you need to get the ID of that. Okay, you have to get ID. So right here, where ID equal to, what we do, we can find the ID of the button here. Document dot get element by. Okay, we are giving here ID. So where ID equal to this dot, what I can do, can I get here ID? Let me see in this, whether I get ID or not. I'm going to see alert followed by here ID. Whether I'm getting ID or not, I can see in this. Okay, so here, let me refresh this, then go with the name like Kamal, then age is 34, add data. Now we have here delete. Click on this, what it says, cannot read properties of undefined. A delete row, it is saying here. Where ID equal to this dot ID, when I say, it is unable to read. Okay. So the ID I should be getting in such cases, but unable to get that particular thing. So here, let us go with the document dot. Okay, in the place of yes, this dot id, I'm keeping this. It is okay here, but I want to put some name here. ID equal to, we have taken here POS. Okay, I want to go here with the row underscore. Then I want to put here POS. Okay, POS we put here. Similarly, whenever the data is getting rendered to that, we need to increment POS plus plus like this. We have to do it. We need to get in that manner. Okay, so this time let us see here whether this is going to be getting added or not. We can check. So once again, refresh this. Then this is like James followed by age is 34, add data. When I click on the delete here, still it is saying it's giving error. When you go with the delete row, you cannot find that particular thing. Okay, we cannot get actually that particular
Actually, this
thing.
button and all these are related to the HTML. I mean, we
Yes.
can write all these in the body. Can we use all these in the JavaScript too?
In the JavaScript, how we use these are HTML elements.
But all these functions are in the Java, I mean, script tag, right?
Yes, in the script tag only we write. See, whenever you look at HTML, there are three parts. So first thing is what? The elements which you show on the screen is one part. Styling the elements is second part that we do with the CSS. You can make all those elements interactive with the help of the JavaScript. You are making them interactive with that. Okay, so here now I try to ID, I'm not getting this way. Therefore, what I do, okay, otherwise I take this one as alert, just I write here this dot ID. So can I get anything with that? Let me see in this. Refresh, the name is here. Again, I put James, followed by age is like 23. Then add data. When I click on this delete, it says here undefined. Okay, it is unable to retrieve that particular thing. Okay, so delete row, ID equal to row underscore, then followed by, there is no syntax problem here in this case. Okay, no syntax issue in this case, but the problem is here with the, okay, let us go this and try to see here what it shows. Inspect. When you go with the inspect, okay, let us go with the inspect here, and row 0 is taken here, ID equal to. So row underscore 0 is available as ID for us. It is available in that manner, but we need to retrieve that particular ID here. Okay, so we need to retrieve the ID. Based on the ID, you can do it. We are unable to retrieve the ID here. This dot ID, when we say, we are unable to get. So let us go with the where ID equal to here document dot. So this is, do we have any current node? Do we have any current node? Let us see here. Current node, do we have? Okay, then parent element. We are trying to get the parent element for that. Parent element followed by here child element. Okay, so so we take here parent element, and with parent element, what we get, see that particular thing here. Parent element we have taken here alert, followed by here ID dot, here in this case, what are available. Let us try to see this. ID dot ID, do we have here get ID? Do we have here get attribute ID? Probably you can get that. So here we go this way, where ID equal to this dot get attribute. We are not getting. So if you go with the this dot, it is attribute. I'm not getting in this case. This dot get attribute. I should basically get here, but it is giving here get department, get elements by tag name. Like that, we are getting it. So here parent node with that I can take. Current node, I'm unable to get that particular thing. So I'm not in a position to get the ID of the given here element. Okay, I'm not in a position to get the ID. I need to retrieve ID. If ID is available, then in such cases, it can be deleted. When you click on the delete row, I should be getting the ID of that
Here we are
particular.
writing row underscore position, string, right?
Yes.
It's actually giving the position of the string. But what if we remove that row underscore? We'll get the direct position of the string.
Zero,
right?
you get zero just.
Yes, we need 0 so that we can get the 0 is the
Correct.
ID here.
Fine. You have to get zero. That is okay. But how do you retrieve zero here? How that particular, you may have number of rows like that. Okay, that zero we need to get. So how do we get that zero? We should be getting that ID first in this. Okay, so for that purpose, we use here the current. This keyword we use with the help of that, we have to do it. Again, try to do here where ID equal to, okay, this dot. Here I go with the like this dot. I can go here with the parent node, then followed by dot. Here it is. I can go here with the attribute, anything like that. I don't have any attribute even here. So let me get here parent node, then ID dot here in this case, get attribute, still it's not available. I may get here parent node, but let me print here alert. Okay, then here, let me print the ID dot followed by, I should be in a position to retrieve at least the name of that. Get attribute is also not available, but see here whether get attribute is available in this or not. I just try to use the get attribute followed by here ID. ID is one of the attributes. Okay, the attribute value I'm trying to print here. Okay, so what this prints? Otherwise, straight away, I can go with the this also. So let me go here. I try to get it. This dot attribute, okay, ID. Now refresh this followed by ASR I put, then 23, add data. When I click on the remove data, probably errors, but developer tools, if you take, it says array of 0. Okay, when I go here, so remove data, when I say, I put X, then it is something like 23, then add data. So I need to click on the delete here. Okay, so undefined, it is unable to get that particular thing. So it is not available here. This is not available. When you go with this dot get attribute ID, it is not actually giving us. Okay, so anything like document dot get element by ID, that we need to check. Document dot. So attribute node we have document dot attribute node, then it is not available. Document dot here, anything like current element do we have? It is not available. Document dot here, we can go with the child nodes, children, close. Attribute we need to get here. Okay, so comment node, Here document dot get element. Okay. Get animations, get element by ID, get element by class name. So get element by class name, we can take and probably we can get the class in such cases. ID is not available. Therefore, since we don't know ID, we have to get ID, but you can define a class, that class you can set. Go to the CSS here, style. Okay, define a CSS here. So what CSS we define here? Call it as row style or button style, not row style. You can call this as here button style. B style we put. Okay, B style we are keeping dot B style, and using this I should be getting it. For everything it's going to be same thing. Okay, but if you take here, fine. So here I can go with the class equal to B style. I just put this. Okay, so here now where lm equal to document dot get element by get elements is given, get element by we have to get. So here we cannot get that get element by ID you have, but get elements by name we have, get elements by class name we have. So in this, which one is correct, we don't know. Okay, so getting like that can be difficult for us. So using this keyword normally, we should be accessing it. Okay, X name you have, then here this is class equal to B style. On click, this should be getting deleted, but which one we are going to delete? So just try to here go with the, try to pass here parameter. Okay, parameter we try to pass. This is here RNO, row number. We take and try to pass that particular thing. In the delete row here itself, let us try to pass here. We go with the plus symbol here, followed by we go with the POS dot to string. We go here with the POS dot to string. Let us pass that particular thing there. Or else you can just take POS and we can pass here the POS. To the function we are going to be passing here POS, followed by plus we put in this manner. Then this is here dot to string. We go here with the to string method. With this, let us try to do it. So this time, at least we should get actually that one. So console dot log, followed by here row or number, followed by here type of or number. Let us try to print in that manner. Okay, once again, let us refresh here, then enter ASR. So age we enter as 45, then add data. Now when you click on the delete, still it says cannot read properties of undefined. Okay, I am passing here the POS.toString delete row. I am passing in this case, but it is unable to take it. Okay, I am passing here in this case. Just put a semicolon here. It should be reading that particular thing. Let us remove ID equal to something. So this ID may not be much useful to us. Now, this way, I am trying to read the data from that. On click delete row, I am passing dynamically the data. Okay, so go with this. Again, put here ASR, then enter some 34, add data. When you click on the delete, it's giving same error for us. Cannot read properties of undefined. Okay, it is not in a position to read it. At least alert whether this is printing or not. See here. Alert followed by R number. Okay, in the alert, what it says, let us see that. Okay, so go here, refresh. Once again, add ASR, enter 45, add data. Okay, click on the delete here. Still it says you cannot read actually data from that. Okay, so this is having a problem. Here, TD we kept, but here, where are we closing button? Button was not getting closed for us. Earlier, we were not closing button. Now here, what happens? See, it is ASR, then age is like 45, add data. When you go with the delete data, still it says same thing. Okay, earlier the button was not getting closed. Probably that could be an issue. Okay, so here, now I don't pass any data to this particular thing here. I don't pass any data, but using the ID, I want to retrieve it. Okay, so here, let me go with the var ID equal to this dot, whether I can get ID or not, I can see here. Otherwise, console.log, just try to print here ID. Console.log, not ID. I go with the this here. I can go with the this. Okay, so what it prints, let us see. Person, then age is 23, add data, click on the delete. So still it says actually cannot get proper parent node. This is going to be referring actually current object. Always it has to refer the current object. Okay, you have to get actually current object. When you click on that, it has to print that whether that function is working or not. Let us see first. Okay, alert, about to delete, about to delete. Like this it is. So here now we should be at least getting this. Refresh, then go with the person, then age is 23, add data. When you click on that, still it is actually not getting called, this one. Okay, the problem is with actually the function calling itself. The problem is with calling the function itself. Okay, so the problem, I think, it can't be like this. Everything looks fine only. When I go with this, then how it says button, we have taken on click equal to delete row. Okay, so if I go with this here, inspect, we expand to TD, on click delete row. So this has to be getting called for us. It is correct only, but when I go with this, it is unable to call that particular row there. Delete row or number. Okay, since there is or number, probably it was not actually getting called. Refresh this, go with the person, then age 34, add data, click on delete. When you click on delete, nothing is getting fired here. Go with the console, still it says same error. On click event, this is not firing actually. Delete row is not getting called in that. Okay, so delete row is not getting called. In such cases, sometime back, we were talking about actually like, so something like actually pseudo links. Can you recall that feature, pseudo links?
Mm-hmm.
So using pseudo link concept, you can do that. Here, we should be using the pseudo link concept. With the help of that, we should be in a position to do that. So here, once again, refresh this, go with the person, then age is 56, add data, then you click on delete. So here, if you go with the console, this is giving error. Uncaught type error. Okay. So delete row at 6.html111 on click. This is giving error here for us. Everything is perfect in that case. But this is dynamically created one. Okay, this is dynamically created one. Others are not dynamically created. This is dynamically created element. So let us try to find here dynamically added thing, how to call function. So this is dynamically added one. It may not be in a position to take that. So let me here check something and try to find here. Okay, JavaScript call functions with dynamically added buttons. So how do we call? On the dynamically created function, we need to be calling dynamically. So here somewhere we may have how they are calling this. So on the fly, they are writing actually data in that case. Okay. So here handler function component. So if you look at this, here they are going to call this way, they are calling function alert. Okay, so I mean, let me check with this whether this works or not. If this is working, probably from that you can make it working. So go here and try to see in this. Okay, on click equal to, here it is. Go with the console.log and see. Console.log. Okay, this is, but this can be giving a problem for us because we are using already double quotes here in this case. Already we are using double quotes. So put some 100 here. Let us keep 100. Then try to put in this manner. So whether this is going to be invoking or not, we see here in this. Okay, person, then here age 34, add data, you click on the delete. Function name is required, it says. So there is no function name, that's why it is not getting executed. Let us go here with the arrow functions in such cases. Followed by, we try to invoke this immediately. We try to invoke this immediately in this manner. Okay, so now let us see how the arrow functions are going to be useful. Here write 34, add data. Now click on the delete, but still it says some error. Where is the error for us? You require this one. Okay, this is fine. Console.log 100. Okay, double quotes also we close there. In this manner, we are trying to call this. It goes to console.log 100. Okay, followed by we close the curly brackets. Then we are invoking this immediately. Let us see this one, whether this is going to print or not. person, then age is 34, add data, delete. In such cases, at least it has to print data. We have written delete, but nothing is happening. If you see here, okay, it is not working as we thought. Okay, it's not actually working here. So alert 100 only, let us put here console.log. We go with the here alert 100, just try to print here 100, and immediately we try to invoke that. Okay, so not inside this, outside of that, we need to invoke that. Immediate invocation is required. So go here, then person, followed by here 34, add data. When you click on that, this is giving error, some syntax error, again we get. Okay, so it is going in this manner, fine. It goes in this manner here. We are trying to invoke it. When we try to invoke, this should be working for us. It is alert, we print. So alert also not required. These curly brackets are not required. Whether this is working or not, we can check it. Okay, so if that is not working, then we need to find a way to do it. Add data, delete. When we click on the delete, nothing is happening. Okay, so whenever you go with the dynamic function, then you are facing problem. Okay, so how to on click, there is something written in that manner. Let us try to do that. Okay, so what is happening in such cases? How they are doing it? It's getting added. Okay. But it's not just one button, multiple buttons we have. Okay, we have here multiple buttons, but how we can add the here event listener for that? So adding event listener can be difficult in such cases. Okay, so if it is one element, then no issue, but for every in the table, you need to go with many things. Okay, so event listeners we need to handle probably with the help of that. Okay, we are adding here. This is okay. Constant button 1, button 2, we can add. Later on, we can add function with that. So, but here, how can we add button dynamically? It's not just one button. It's part of actually the table. Part of table. Okay, such challenges you are going to be getting dynamically. So this is dynamically created one. Adding button is not that easy here. Okay, so you cannot add so easily. If it is something like jQuery, you can do very easily. But whenever you take JavaScript, in such cases, that can be somewhat difficult. We need to handle this. Can you try to solve this problem, Pooja?
Try.
Can you try to do this? So when I'm taking here, this function is not at all working here. When I go with the on click here, so nothing is working in this example here. Okay, so here we should be adding events. So that part actually we haven't covered. Event handlers are not covered here. So for this, we need to write the code. With the help of that, we have to handle the events. Okay, so we'll do tomorrow that particular thing, how to solve that issue. But these kind of issues often you get in the software development. Okay.
I think this feature is used in our like call log history when we are deleting only
What, Pooja?
previous. I think this feature we are using daily in our phone in like clearing the log history, call
Yes.
log history.
Yes. No, that is, but only one button you have, that is hard-coded button. See,
no, actually when we press on edit, we'll get the option like how we are getting the button to delete in every row. We'll get the button like
yes.
with minus symbol. We can then we are deleting when we press on that minus that particular call history is deleting, that particular row
Correct.
is
No, but
deleting.
that is different. So here I can show that is very simple. You can do it. So here what is happening? This is script. This is table basically. Here you can go this way. Like BR tag, first of all, I use, followed by I go with the button. Okay. Here it is what? ID equal to btn, remove. You can have this way. Then followed by here, remove. We have this way. Okay. Remove row. Remove row we take. Then probably you can write a function here, on click equal to that is not dynamic. What you're saying is not dynamic. So here HTML is what I'm writing is static. This is actually dynamic. Dynamic in the sense we are going to add this to the table dynamically. Okay, so here on click equal to, I'm going to use this delete row. Okay, now here in this, if you come to delete row, where is that function? Delete row function. Here I have written. Now this can show proper without any difficulty. Go to this, then refresh. Here I put some person, age is 45. Add data. When you click on the remove row, okay, the remove row, what I have done, it is not remove row, it should be delete row. So this is what I have called when you take the table. In the table, it is remove row, delete row only. On click, this is delete row. Button ID equal to btn remove. On click equal to delete row. So if you come to delete row, so sometimes caching problem also we face. Alert here, deleting a row. This message, first of all, let us try to print in this. I am invoking delete row function. Okay, so let me go to this point. Then here first, I can go with the it is settings. Okay, privacy and security, clear browsing data. Okay, let me clear the data. Okay, now let me refresh this. Then add person, age is 34, add data. When you click on the remove, again, why it says delete row? If I take actually where I have kept this particular button, I kept the button here, btn remove, on click equal to delete row. This is, it should be deleting rows. Why it is coming into table data? This has to work properly. Okay, so if you take here function delete row, which one I'm trying to, I'm not clicking on this. In that case, that is meaningful. But here I click on the remove, cannot read properties of defined, undefined. It says delete row, where I'm doing mistake. This is function delete
There is
row.
one delete row function too.
Do we have multiple? Okay.
Yes.
Yes, correct. This might be one of the issues here. Okay, so you have multiple things. That's the reason. Okay, then here, even for this also, let us go with, okay, then this on click equal to CLICK equal to, here it is delete row. We call in that manner. Fine. Now here, alert deleting a row. Refresh. Name is person. It is something like 23. Add data. It is actually working. Because of the duplicate, I think we have a problem. So deleting row. Then here, ID equal to, where ID equal to this dot Okay, then this dot here, ID, if I take, what do I get? See here, alert, followed by here, ID. I'll take this way and try to print here this alert. Now refresh, name, person, age is 34, add data, delete, undefined it says. Why it is saying undefined? Reason, we don't have an ID here. Okay, earlier ID equal to, we have taken this as, okay, double quote, then followed by plus symbol. Then here it is, we have taken POS. Okay, then we take the plus and this way try to add. Probably that may give error for us because we are not converting into age. We take 45, add data. Okay, so if we come here, inspect in the sources. Okay, in the source, if we come down here, okay, here this is with the table. Where is table coming for us? Table is coming like this. So inside this, there should be data. Okay, so delete if you take for this, let us try to inspect. ID equal to 0 we have in this. We have ID equal to 0. So when I click on this, it should even print the, when I click on the delete, it should print here undefined, it says. Okay, we are getting somehow the function working, but here it is where ID equal to this dot ID, alert ID, when I say, it is not actually giving for us. Okay, so here this dot attribute, I think this dot attributes. Okay, then here go with the console.log, followed by here, we print ID in this. Okay, refresh, then person, then this is 34, add data, click on the delete. It may give some error. We need to see here the console, array of 1, here it is, person, age 34, it is giving, but it says undefined again. We are not in a position to get, okay, just type here this one, try to print here this. Based on this, now you can retrieve the data. Refresh, then again person, this is going to be age 34, add data, click on the delete here. It is taking basically the window. Top level object is coming in this case. We are getting here the top level object. Okay, we are getting here the top level object. Current object we are not getting in this case. When you go with this, we are getting on the top level. Okay, though this method is, this function is written to the button, but it's taking window object. This is actually called as top level object. We are getting the hold of top level object. We need to get this object, then in that case, you can go with the delete operation. Okay, ID is coming properly. Okay, ID is coming properly. But otherwise, what is happening in this case? It is unable to retrieve anything. Okay, it is unable to retrieve here. Instead of this, we can go here with the JavaScript colon, followed by, here we write alert. Then let us go here with the POS. If you go with the POS, it is not going to print anything. Just put POS. Then here put in this manner. Okay, so what will happen now? See, when we try to invoke the JavaScript, whether that invokes or not, we'll see here. Add data. When you click on the delete, it is printing here for us 0. Okay, so here we are trying to run some JavaScript code. Let us try to do this way here. We are getting actually POS. Okay, here we are going to get the POS, no issue with that, but you need to write here blocks of code. Okay, so here what I do, delete row. Okay, then here I can go with this, then put plus here POS, then again put this particular thing here. I am passing POS in such cases, so whether I get POS or not, I can check. I cannot take POS here, just I can put some P. Okay, so now here just go with the alert followed by P. If you get this value, you can delete it. So here go with this person, then go followed by here 45, add data. When you click on the delete, it says 0. So value is coming 0 for us. Now based on the 0, it can be removed. Okay, so how do we remove that now? We go with the, what is the, where exactly table data is available for us? Table data is available here in this. Okay, so we come to this point here, table data, followed by here, P we give, table data of P. So P you can convert into integer, parse int, then this is going to be here P. Okay, we are going to convert first into P here. So it is getting converted to P, followed by here, can we delete row? So using delete row, it is not delete row. You need to remove this totally. Okay, so you have to go with the pop in that case. This is what basically the array. Okay, so this is nothing but array. So from that position, we need to pop. So for pop purpose, go here with the POP. Okay, pop or delete do we have in this? Delete we have, we don't have delete. So go with the pop in such cases, followed by here we need to give the index. It is going to get the data for us. Okay, so here we need to remove that particular element. Okay, so push, reduce you have, shift, slice, shift and unshift you have mechanism. So go with the shift. Then here also nothing is available to you. Here in this case, table data. Okay, you have to remove that one particular element. We need to remove that. So what are the methods available? We need to see in this. You have fill, find, filter, concat, keys. There are so many things available. With the help of that, we need to do that. Shift and unshift mechanisms you have. Splice you have here. Unshift you have. Okay. So these methods we discuss tomorrow. Delete row. Using this delete row is applicable with the, not applicable here. Okay. So now P is available. So using P, we should be handling it. We'll do that particular thing tomorrow, Pooja. So you try to do that. If possible, you try to do. I'm going to share this particular thing with you. On click earlier, there was a duplicate function. Because of that, it was not working. But now, whatever value you are passing to the delete row, it is coming here. Based on that value, now you need to remove. So what value you get? Basically, you are getting the position. The position in the given array you are getting. So you must be removing that particular position. So what are the methods available in the array? You need to see. Based on that, you have to do. Can you solve this problem?
Here, can we use like a pop function? We have already the index position. We can also use the index position, and with the pop function we can remove that, right?
Just try to do that. Okay.
Okay.
So these kind of challenges often you face. Sometimes even for solving simple things also it takes a lot of time. Okay. So therefore, just try to solve this issue. You can solve this. It's easy only. So I'm just sharing the file. From my system, it's not doing. So I should launch again WhatsApp. From WhatsApp only I should be doing it. So WhatsApp web, then. Okay. So just first thing what I do, stop recording. Yes.